Hello, my name is Rexel, and we're going to be speaking with Kathy from Student Engagement and Career Development. Hello, Kathy.
Hi, Rexel.
How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So, many students don't understand why it's so important to tailor a resume for every job. If you already developed a well-developed resume, why would you need to change it for every application?
Using the same resume every time just can't meet an individual employer's needs. So remember that you want to fit in before you can stand out. You want to get the employer's attention by giving them what they want. So you may have a really great resume, but you could still miss key characteristics by not using keywords. Your employer only has a resume to make a decision. So think of it as being a great fit versus being a decent fit. Employers spend about 6 to 10 seconds looking at a resume.
6 to 10, that's a very short amount of time, oh my gosh. Yes, okay, so why can't employers see themselves how the listed experiences on your resume and skill fit for their job?
Well, in that short period of time, maybe less than 10 seconds, you have to convince them to continue the conversation. In other words, to invite you for an interview. So employers don't have time in that short period of time to interpret your skills and experiences. So you need to show them how you fit.
Okay. What would be the first step in tailoring a resume for a particular job?
So to tailor a resume, you need to highlight your skills and experiences and remember to fit in before you stand out. And you may have skills that fit many different jobs, but you might be overlooked if the employer doesn't see the connection to their particular job. So a quick review doesn't allow time for interpreting your fit. You need to show that you match the job advertisement. So you'll want to read the job description and look for keywords and phrases. What are those things that are mentioned multiple times, or those things that really seem to be emphasized? And think about how those speak to your skills and experiences and how you can relate that to the job advertisement. So think of it again as being a great fit versus being a decent fit.
So tailoring is just like making sure you're the best fit for that job.
Yes, you're taking the same skills and experiences and you're just highlighting them in different ways. Tailoring focuses on the job you're applying to. You're speaking the employer's language and showing them that you match the job description. So you have job-related skills, and you have transferable skills, and you have soft skills, which are those interpersonal skills you use to work with other people. So you take those and put them into that APR format, which is action plus project or problem plus result. And this is really key. So the goal of the resume is to get an interview and continue the conversation with the employer.
Oh, okay, so continuing the conversation, the interview, that makes sense. So why does tailoring make a difference to employers?
Employers can't talk with everyone who applies. They need to screen applicants so that they're only spending time on the strongest candidates. In that short period of time, they have to determine who they want to interview, and they can't make assumptions about what your experiences might mean. So the more directly your resume relates to the job description, the more likely you are to get an interview. So tailoring shows that you care, that you know how to present yourself, and those key words help the interviewer identify quickly who they want to interview.
So using the keywords is a strategy to tailoring a resume?
Yes, it is. It's a strategy, and it's a great place to start. So using keywords helps you fit the job description. So let's take a look at a description of a front desk job as written on a resume.
Okay.
So in this example of a front desk assistant, we see that the person provided excellent customer service at summer camp, and they greeted and assisted parents and campers. They checked in campers and monitored payments. And they met with parents and explained camp events and gave tours of the facility. They also washed towels and stocked supplies for the facility. Now let's take a look at an example of a job description for a project assistant. So notice I've gone through and I've highlighted some key words here. So we have things like presentation, creation, deliver, gathering and assembling, tracking and updating, collaborate, and conduct.
Okay.
So now we can take our experience from our front desk and tailor it to that project assistant posting. So notice now, instead of monitored payments for the director, we have tracked payments and updated weekly reports for camp director. Instead of gave tours, we have conducted tours. And instead of gathered and set up supplies and facilities, we have gathered and assembled. So we've used those key words and we've been strategic in trying to match the employer's job description. So we've swapped out some of our experiences, but they're still the same experiences.
So those are the transferable skills that you were talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah, the soft skills. Okay, that makes total sense. So we learned earlier that we should keep our resumes only up to 1 page. But with all of the experiences that us students sometimes get, should we still follow that 1-page rule?
Generally, this is a rule that you want to stick with. At times, there are different requirements for different employers. For example, federal resume guidelines ask you to provide as much information as you possibly can. So you might have a resume that's several pages long. So the real key here is to know the industry that you're applying to and what their requirements are. But in general, for most employers, for the recent or the soon-to-be college graduate, you're going to want to stick to a 1-page resume. So you need to be choosy about what to include if you have many experiences.
All right. So you also said that employers only spend such a short amount of time looking at a resume to make that decision regarding an interview. How does the employer recognize tailoring?
So the person reading your resume, again, may only take seconds to make a decision on whether or not they're going to extend an interview. Some employers also use applicant tracking systems, and those are computer software programs that scan the resume for those key words. So whether your resume is being screened by a person or by a computer, keywords matching the job description are really the thing that you want to make sure you include. So details that match the job description are more likely to get a second look. So let's take a look at an example of a resume tailored to a job description. Here's that project assistant job again on the left, and now we have an experience called Take Charge Cats. Notice we've matched the keywords in the project assistant job by using developed and presented and delivered and gathered and assembled materials at tabling events and collaborated with team members. We've stayed true to our experiences, but we're speaking the employer's language by using those keywords in the job description.
Okay, so just the keywords are like the things that are describing what you did and how you did them and how it contributed to the whole project.
Exactly.
Okay, I see. So I see it stays true to the student's experience and uses the employer's keywords.
Right, and you always want to stay true to your own experience,
Of course.
but you need to match those keywords whenever it's possible. So let's look at an example for that same work experience with Take Charge Cats and how it might look different if it were written for a different job description. So here's a marketing assistant. Again, we've looked through the job description for the keywords, and we have managing needs of external customers, we have developing leadership, interpersonal skills, promotional campaigns, interact, and communicate. Let's see what it would look like if we were applying our Take Charge Cats experience to it. Do you see where we've changed the words? So now we're using managed needs of workshop customers through feedback and communication to create materials. We have developed leadership and interpersonal skills through presentations, and we've implemented promotional campaigns. So we've taken the same experience, we've stayed true to our experience, we're just using the employer's words to describe our experience.
Okay, so tailoring a resume is really strategic and in a way to approaching a job applications, and once you've got that list of experiences and skills, it's a pretty simple step to making you fit with what the employer needs.
Yes, and it's really a pretty simple strategy and something that you may find you'll do many times throughout your career, so it's a good strategy to learn.
Okay, thank you so much, Kathy.
Thank you. If you have questions or need help, visit us in Life Lab or find more information on our website.